Life has taught me that respect, caring, and love must be shared. For it is only through sharing that friendships are born. We used to sing in the childhood, जोत से जोत जलाते चलो प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो राह में आए जो दीन दुखी सबको गले से लगाते चलो. Good morning students, welcome to SST So Simple tutorial. Students, in a democratic system, we find that people rule themselves through institutions. But in a good democratic government, due respect is given to the diverse groups and views that exist in a society. Everyone has a voice in the shaping of public politics. Therefore, it follows that in a democracy, political power should be distributed among as many citizens as possible. Students, our topic for the day is forms of power sharing. Here we will see what different forms power sharing arrangements take in modern democracies. First, power is shared among different organs of the government, such as the legislature, executive, and judiciary. Since all these three organs are placed at the same level, we also call them horizontal distribution of power. Such a separation ensures that none of the organs exercise unlimited power. Each organ checks the other. That is why this arrangement is also called the system of checks and balances. This results in the balancing of power among various institutions. We have read in class 9 that the ministers are responsible to the parliament or state assemblies. That means, in a parliamentary form of government, executives are a part of legislature, but in the exercise of their powers, they are responsible to the legislature. Let us see one more example. Judges are appointed by the executive, but they can check the functioning of the executive or laws made by the legislatures. If you recall judicial review, what happens in judicial review? A judiciary can declare any action of the government or any law made by the legislature as null and void if it goes beyond the provisions of the constitution. That means judiciary can check the executive as well as the legislature. I hope you have understood the system of checks and balances. From this class, you may be asked the question to explain horizontal distribution of powers or to explain the system of checks and balances. Let us now see the second form. Power may be distributed at different levels. A general government for the entire country and the governments at provincial or regional levels. Such a general government for the entire country is called federal government. In India, we call them central government or union government. The governments in the provincial level or the regional level in India are called state governments. In all such countries where there are two or more levels, the constitution clearly lays down the powers of the different levels of government. This is also called federal division of power. Since the division of power involves power sharing at different levels of the government, it is also called vertical division of power. So now one is horizontal division of power, other is vertical division of power. Now the third is power may be shared among different social groups, such as you remember in Belgium community government. In some countries like ours, there are special arrangements for weaker sections or women in legislatures or administration. Recall the system of reserved constituencies in assemblies and the parliament, which we read in class 9. This type of arrangement is meant to give space in the government and administration to those diverse groups who otherwise would feel alienated from the government. This method is used to give minority communities a fair share in power. In a democracy, power is shared among different political parties, pressure groups, and movements. Democracies provide the citizen a choice to choose their representatives. Such a choice is provided by various political parties who contest elections to win them. Such a competition ensures that power does not remain in one hand and is shared among different political parties having different ideologies. Sometimes parties make alliances and contest elections. If their alliance is elected, they form a coalition government and thus share power. Also, we find interest groups like traders, businessmen, industrialists, farmers, etc. They also have a share in the governmental power through participation in governmental committees or bringing influence on the decision making process. So students, you have understood the four different forms that I have taught just now. This power sharing among different organs of the government, power sharing among different levels of the government, power sharing among different groups, social groups, and power sharing among different political parties, movements, etc. Now let me check whether you have understood or not. Let us come to page number 10 and see few examples of practical problems of power sharing and your understanding of the topic. Here four examples of different types of power sharing are given. First of all, read them one by one and identify which example represents which form of power sharing. Let's start. Example number 1. The Bombay High Court ordered the Maharashtra state government to immediately take action and improve living conditions for the 2000 odd children at 7 children homes in Mumbai. Understood the statement? What you have to see here? What is Bombay High Court? So Bombay High Court, legislature, executive or judiciary? So High Court is a judiciary. What is state government? State government is executive. So who are sharing power? Executive and judiciary. So this will be a case of power sharing among different organs of the government. Let us see the second case. The government of Ontario state in Canada has agreed to a land claim settlement with the Aboriginal communities. The minister responsible for native affairs announced that the government will work with the Aboriginal people in a spirit of mutual respect and cooperation. So, what is this case? There has been a land claim agreement with whom? What are Aboriginal groups? They are social groups. So which form of power sharing? Power sharing among social groups. So it will fall in the third category. Similarly, read the other two and write me in the comment section. Let us see question 6 of your textbook. Different arguments are usually put forward in favor of and against power sharing. Identify those which are in favor of power sharing and select the answer using the codes given below. Power sharing A. Reduces conflict among different communities. It does or not? It does. So it is a correct statement. B. Power sharing decreases the possibilities of arbitrariness. So it is also correct. C. Power sharing delays decision making process. What do you say? It's wrong. D. Power sharing accommodates diversities. This is 100% correct. E. It increases instability and divisiveness. No. This is also wrong. F. Promotes people's participation in the government. Certainly it promotes participation. So it is correct. G. Undermines the unity of a country. No. Power sharing strengthens the unity of the country. Therefore, which are the four statements correct? A is correct, B is correct, D is correct, and F is correct. Therefore, the answer will be A. Let's now come to question number 8. Match list 1 with list 2. Let's start first. Power sharing among different organs of government. community government, separation of powers, coalition government, federal government. It will not be community government, it cannot be coalition government, it cannot be federal government. It may be separation of powers. What happens in separation of powers? You have different legislature, executive and judiciary. So they are the different organs of the government, and this is separation of power. So your first power sharing among different organs of the government will be separation of powers. Second, power shared among governments at different levels. So this is normally found in federal government. We have seen it very clearly. Among different levels, when the central government, state government, so it is only possible if you have a federal government. C. Power shared by different social groups. It is a straightway community government. And the fourth one, power shared by two or more political parties. So the leftover will be the answer. Common sense, coalition government. Hence, your answer will be C. That is BDAC. With this, we come to the end of this chapter. Students, now you should be able to answer these questions. And all these questions today are important. 1. Explain the differences between horizontal power sharing and vertical power sharing. Horizontal power sharing, under this, power is shared among different organs of the government, legislature, executive and judiciary. We have seen this. Under this power sharing, the organs or government are placed at the same level to exercise their powers. And under this system, each organ checks the other. We have read the system of checks and balances. In vertical division of power, power is shared at the different levels of the government. We have read central government, in our case, in our country's case, state government and local governments. The vertical division of power involves the higher and lower levels of the government. Under vertical power sharing, the lower organs work under the higher organs. When you prepare this answer, I advise you to answer in a table form. You make a table, horizontal power sharing, vertical power sharing, and write the points 1, 2, 3. Question number 2. What is the system of checks and balances in power sharing? Under this system, one organ of the government keeps a check over the other, so that none of the governments can exercise unlimited powers. This keeps a balance of power among various institutions. Question number 3. What are the different forms of power sharing in modern democracies? In modern democracies, power sharing can take different forms among different organs of the government, among governments at different levels, among different social groups, and among political parties, pressure groups and movements. You have to write all the 4 points and explain them. Now look at question number 4, 5 and 6. You will not find any difference. Your question can come, explain all the 4 different forms of power sharing, or they can come separately as a 3 marks question. If you see question number 4, how is power shared among the different organs of the government? Question number 5, how is power shared among governments at different levels? Question number 6, power may be shared among different social groups. Explain. That means if you prepare the answer for 4, 5 and 6, your answer to question number 3 is already ready. So they are one and the same questions. Students, this brings us to the end of this chapter. This is a very important chapter. Read it nicely. I hope you have understood it well. Still, if you have any queries, you can use the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, do it right now. Thank you.